All right, and now we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for tuning in to Rebel Radio. We have Alden, Zach, and Caleb from Skyway 61 here today. Boys, how's everything going for you so far?
Going great, man.
Awesome.
We're doing well. We're doing well.
I'm really glad to have you guys on. I just recently found you guys maybe about a month ago, and I do really like the vibe you guys are giving off. You definitely are a lot of fun. You do kind of give it also kind of an old school vibe with the music that you guys have made. Definitely a different style. I know you guys are from Tennessee, and that's awesome. I'm about to have another band on here from Tennessee as well. I think they're called Princess. I think that's how you pronounce it,
Oh,
but they're
nice.
also going to be on soon. They're pretty cool guys. But as far as starting off with Skyway 61, where did that name come from? Whose idea was the whole project?
So, me and Caleb started the band about like 7 years ago. The name comes from the road we took to travel to practice. Um, Highway 61 out in Clinton, actually, Clinton, Tennessee, which is so funny because Alden is actually from Clinton, and we never knew it until like way later.
Oh, wow.
Uh, Yeah, there's a lot of synchronicity going around in this band.
We
It's
uh,
actually wild the more you dig.
we all lived in Clinton and separately moved to Knoxville and then met in Knoxville.
Yeah, no, what the hell? Okay, so that's pretty crazy to see how it all kind of came together near the end, but still on the same path along the way. So that's pretty interesting. I did see somewhere that you guys started making music back in the early 2000s. Is that right?
Yeah, I want to say 2018 was the first time we had talked about, or that's when we got its name.
Uh-huh. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. So, if I mean, kind of give me an idea, like what is the difference between the music scene and the way that you kind of took the music then to the way that the scene is now for you guys and the way that you kind of interpret the music and of course, the performances and everything else.
I'd say like we really started to pop onto the music scene right after the lockdown started to let up.
It was a really cool community back there for a little bit because there was just so much of everybody trying to come together and be in bands. But I feel like the scene has died down a little bit almost. We've had some of our
Mhm.
major venues here in town close.
It seems like Tennessee is definitely one of the hot spots for music. And
Yeah,
it's hard because it's like everybody's trying to make it out there, you know? So it's
yeah.
like how do you signify yourself as something different when everything's already been done, right? Especially with this huge music scene out there with everybody kind of, I mean, at least from what I've seen, it can be cutthroat at times, depending on how long you've been doing it and the kind of scene that you're in. But what would you say makes you guys different at this point with the music that you're making right now?
Hmm. I would say we put on a huge show.
Mhm.
Um, Not only are we sounding good, but we are also putting on a huge show that engages with the audience. The lights, we're all moving. Uh, it's almost
That's
like
actually a
one of
really
those
good
things
answer.
that you got to see it.
That's
Yeah.
a
What
great
do you
answer.
think, Alden?
Yeah, definitely the theatrics of our live show are something that set us apart from a lot of the other bands. You see a lot of people play their instruments and stand behind the mic stand.
We care about our fans. We like to know our fans, get to meet
Yeah, we're really
them.
tight with the fans. We
They're
hanging out with the
definitely
families.
the ones that kind of keep the whole thing going, right? It's like
Uh,
if the people aren't showing up, you're not playing the shows. But I looked into you guys and I found that you have performed almost, I mean, everywhere it seems like at this point. And one thing I do like about you guys is you're consistent with your content. Like I was able to look you guys up and got to see multiple live performances. It wasn't just one where I had to like kind of see what you were about. I got the idea of seeing you move on stage as a frontman. I seen the band kind of synchronize in the way that you guys are like on the same page. You can tell that you're all kind of working together to put the show on. And I think especially like when you're working in that environment and you're trying to be different, bringing the theatrics on stage and having some kind of story that you're telling for the audience to kind of keep up with is always a good aspect of the show. But that kind of brings me to the next question. Like, where does that chemistry and the showmanship that's showcased in your live shows come from? Who do you take inspiration from? What's kind of the mindset for that?
um,
Hmm.
that's a really good
I think it's a lot of different influences. Definitely, when you're speaking of influences, me and Caleb used to be in a Kiss tribute. I mean, big Kiss fans.
Oh, wow.
We take a lot of inspiration from like the big hair bands back in Van Halen or like Motley Crue or Led Zeppelin's another great one.
Oh, dude. Fuck yeah. Dude, that's a great list right there. Honestly, that kind of sets the tone. Yeah, that makes sense. Like when I listen to the music, that's definitely the vibe that I get. Alden, what about you, brother?
um I just that's a really good question. I don't know. I guess I like a lot of Motley Crue. I like their like energy on stage whenever they be getting moving. They be getting moving. At least they did. Um,
Yeah.
and past that, I don't know. I was in a lot of theater growing up. I did almost more theater classes than I did band classes back in high school, and I like to put on a show. I like
Hmm.
getting the attention, and it embodies a lot of the music that is like just that energy is. That's the way that music makes me feel, and so I feel like the best way to portray it. Yeah.
And
You,
also, like I've always heard people want to see an alien. People want to see something they never seen before. It's not just like people don't go to a show to just listen to music. They can just do that on they can just buy your CD on Spotify or just pull you up on Spotify and listen to you. They want to experience something they never experienced before, and like that's what we're looking to give.
Yeah, absolutely. And honestly, you guys do give me like hardcore old school Motley Crue vibes, especially in some of the videos that I've seen. Like you can definitely see the camaraderie, right, of like the brotherhood that is being in a band. But at the same time, you guys look like you're so much fucking fun to be around. Like I just look at the videos and I'm like, I would definitely fucking party with these guys if I was in Tennessee, dude. Like,
Hell
I
yeah!
feel like,
Don't you worry,
uh,
we'll come down to San Antonio soon.
yeah,
We're on tour.
yeah, no, exactly. And you know what? That kind of makes me want to look into that a little more. Like, what does the tour life even look like for you? I know you guys have a tour coming up soon. Do you kind of want to tell us a little bit more about that and what the like life on the road kind of looks like?
Life on the road. It's like a mix between roughing it and I you know you meet a lot of cool people. You do a lot of cool stuff. I mean, I don't know. Um, what?
The bed is
It's a
comfier than you
wild
think
ride.
it is.
It's a wild ride.
What kind of give me
Uh,
like a good tour story, like anything that sticks out to you from being on the road. Something you can share. Doesn't matter what the fuck it is.
Oh, you want? Do you want to tell on David Alden?
are you trying to talk about hand sanitizer?
Yeah, we're telling you a hand sanitizer story.
Okay. So, oh,
Well, we got to start from the beginning. So, you know what kratom is, right?
What's that?
Kratom. It's like it's some kind of drug. You can buy them in the smoke shops. But
Okay.
he had never had this stuff before, and he bought like a whole like vial of it. It was like a cough drop medicine bottle of it
Mm-hmm.
out of the smoke shop, and he just like downs the whole thing, just drinks the whole thing, and then he's like,
he
30 minutes later, he's like, "Oh man, I don't feel good." He goes and he passes out for like 4 hours. We're still, I can't remember. We're on the road to where were we going to? Augusta. Anyway, he gets up. We play the show. He says he feels like crap, and like he starts drinking. And by the time the show's over with, we're already packed up. We're loaded up and headed to like a rest stop. And he's back here, and he's so gone. And what did he do? He went back there and like peed in a bottle because like we weren't gonna stop, and like he like got it on his hands, and like we give him we give him like a cup of like we had this big bag of hand sanitizer.
I didn't
We're
want to
like,
give him a
here,
whole
Dave,
bag of hand
wash your fucking
sanitizer.
hands.
I was like, he's so
grabs
drunk, he's gonna spill it everywhere.
this
So I
little
put
cup
a little
of
bit
hand
into a cup and I
sanitizer.
handed it to him. Said, "Hey, this is hand sanitizer." And he went, "Okay," and then just drank. I went, "Oh God, don't do that!"
Shut the fuck
And then
up,
I said,
dog.
"This is hand sanitizer." I said, "Yeah." That's what I just said.
Oh my god, man was too fucking faded, bro. He started drinking hand sanitizer.
He started drinking hand sanitizer.
Oh, so wait, hold on. So the stuff that he got from the smoke shop, what is it? Is it like THC or what's in the bottle?
It's called kratom. I want to say
It's a natural leaf, but it's like to help you get off opioids.
Oh shit. Wow. Okay. Does it so it gets you like high it's like an alternative?
Yeah.
But a legal alternative.
Oh my fucking god, man. Well shit.
I guess he was gone. He was so he got up the next morning and he was like, "What happened last night?" I was like,
bro,
wanna
blacked
know,
out
bro.
on the road. Wow.
I didn't think he was gonna drink the hand sanitizer, man. I
I didn't
told him, I
either.
was like, "Hey, man, this is hand sanitizer. Don't drink this." And he was like, "Okay, that's hand sanitizer."
Holy shit. So who would you say is the responsible one on the road then?
I think Caleb is.
Oh.
You're like the dad of the group over there, bro. He's like, I'm fucking chilling. Y'all do whatever the fuck y'all want.
Yeah, Caleb was asleep at this point in time, so that makes sense.
Caleb's always the first one up. Like we'll be dead, and Caleb, it's like 8 a.m. We didn't go to bed till like 3. Caleb's first one up at 8 immediately at the driver's seat. We'll wake up on the road, and we're like, "Where are we at?" And it's like, don't even know where we're at yet.
Oh shit, he's the one having to keep the whole shit together. That's awesome, man. Well,
Yeah,
at least you have one of those in the band, because you
got
have
to.
those groups where it's like just fucking all out chaos, but you can't. Chaos isn't bad, right? Especially like when you're in a fucking rock band, like you obviously have to have it, but there
Yeah.
always has to be some kind of like moderation if you're gonna be on the road, especially when you're spending and like putting all this money that you're investing trying to get something back into it, right? So that's great to hear you guys have that. And I know, that tour that you guys having up soon is going to be coming up. Can you kind of tell me a little bit more about what you have in store for it a little
I'll
bit?
take this one. So the Terror in the Trees tour. It is going to be consisting from January to about late March. It's not going to be like consistently gone, but we will have dates in all of the 10 cities that have reached out to us. And it's going to be Appalachian Monster themed. We've got some cool props that we've made and some cool backdrop we've made that we're going to carry with us on the road. It's set up at each of these 10 locations. We're going to be incorporating cool lighting, cool sound effects. We're going to be getting the trees to light up and talk to each other. Okay. It's going to be really cool. I'm excited about it. And I am excited to start doing tours like this that like have these themes and like is a different show each time. Because it's going to consistently give each of these cities something new each time. So you're not coming to see the same Skyway show. And you only get one chance to see it unless you're going to drive around with me.
And how did you come up with the idea to even do this tour?
Well, like the theme of the tour, or like
the theme of the tour. How do you even come up with this whole idea, right? Because I mean, like we were talking about, everything's been done, right? It's hard to differentiate, but like, why this specifically? What stood out to you? How did you come about even thinking like, this would make for a good visual. This would make for a good idea. People would pay to want to see this.
Well, I think me and Alden were on the phone actually when we were coming up with it, and we were going back and forth between ideas, and I was like, well, like it'd be cool if it was like it's something that's got to be, a part of us in a way. So like we ended up coming around to the route of like the folklore of our area.
Because I
Like
wanted
we
to
actually
have
started
faith.
looking into it, and like there's so many different, entities. I would say, you got like the Wampus Cat, you've got um the Wendigo or Spearfinger. There's just so many. Like you can keep digging, and like this stuff's just fascinating to me, and it's also just a part of where we're from.
Mhm.
Appalachian history. It's just cool.
It's beautiful. Thanks, honestly, for sharing that. I appreciate it. See, because like someone like me, like I don't know a lot about some of that stuff, so that's the reason why I ask, because I want to kind of educate myself a little bit on a lot of this. And honestly, I'm excited to see what that tour is gonna look like. You should definitely let me know if you guys end up being anywhere near Texas at all. But
For sure.
We got a bunch of fans out that way. Texas almost made the list. We might, if we can secure a couple dates between here and there, that might get added in a second leg if we can.
I think isn't Our Last Days from San Antonio?
yeah. Oh, Mitchell, dog. Yeah, he's badass.
Dude.
Yeah,
we
you know
played with those
Mitchell.
guys.
Yeah, man, we played with him in Birmingham.
Dude, he's fucking awesome, bro.
Dude, I think I
That
have a
whole
picture
band.
of me and him.
Dude, I
think
gotta see that.
Dude, I'll text it to
We
you.
played with them in what was it? Tough on Fridays.
Tough on Fridays, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, dude, yeah. So I was in a band as well called the Reckless Degenerates, and we were doing shows out in San Antonio, kind of like booking them on our own, marketing the shows, promoting them, putting all this money to like sponsors and all this shit. The same old thing. And I mean, we were having a rough time booking bands, but they were one of the first ones to hop on with us. And I had no clue who they were. They didn't know who I was either, right? But we ended up doing the show together, and it was one of our best shows we've ever done. Like, and not only did they pull like a great crowd, but they fucking are so awesome and so genuine and sweet guys, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude,
if there's anybody to tour with, them for sure.
Yeah, those guys are awesome. Those guys are really cool.
dude. I can't believe you know Our Last Days. That's
Yeah, wait.
that-
Let me show you. I think. Wait. Hey, there's Robert's signature.
What? Get out, bro.
Yeah. I think
This
I
is
can't
gnarly.
the other ones.
Wow, dog, that's crazy. Are you on the bus right now, or where are you?
Yeah, we're doing
Yeah, he's
some
on the bus.
Holy shit, that's fucking awesome, dude. Small world. That's fucking awesome. I'm gonna hit him up after this and let him know I fucking talked to you guys.
I'll send you a
But shit,
picture.
man, that's awesome. Yeah, dude, send me anything. I mean,
Yeah, I'm
so
I'm gonna
how
find
did
it.
y'all meet? You said you played a show together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we played
played
in
a show
Birmingham.
together in Birmingham at the Nick.
Wow, holy my fucking god. Well, damn, you kind of got me there, man. That was awesome.
I was like San Antonio. I was like, I know a band from out there.
Damn,
I
small
forgot
world,
about
brother.
that. Good job, Zach.
Well, it sounds like everything was meant to happen for a reason then. I think
Oh,
us
yeah.
connecting, I mean, shit, brother. I'm a firm believer in that kind of like everything does
Synchronicity.
happen, universe type
Yeah.
shit. So it brought us in, but kind of moving forward with the music, I did look into some of the videos that you guys did, and that's honestly what kind of stood out to me about you guys was how fun the videos are. The one specifically that I want to talk about first is the runner. That one really, really stood out to me. I didn't know what to expect because I had heard your guys' music, right? And I'm like, okay, like badass old school rock and roll, like high energy solos, like
Yeah.
badass, right? But I didn't really put a face to the name. So I decided to look into the videos a little more, and I was like, wow, okay, hold on. These guys are different. They're not just guys in a rock band playing music. Like they obviously have some kind of creative outlet, creative mindset that's pushing this. So I would like to ask, what was the story behind the making of that video for the runner?
So That one was a really fun video to shoot.
It was originally supposed to be like an actual like bank robber situation,
Mhm.
but we couldn't secure a bank.
I
Small
found the
version, like a kid town, I guess, and kids go there and they like act like grown-ups and like run shops, and they got like all these like different little stores and stuff. And we are like, well, what if we brought some kids in and filmed them like robbing us, like this whole town, like robbing this little town, and we thought it'd be funny, and like I don't know.
It turned out, made it really slapstick. It was funny. It was fun to do too. The kids enjoyed it. Especially like when they robbed the gas station, they took all the candy.
Yeah.
Oh my god, no, that was awesome. I think that was honestly as wholesome as you could get with a situation like that. And like still keep it authentic, still keep it fun for everybody involved. It definitely seemed like they had a good time, and it definitely did come out with your guys as well. Kind of showed off some acting skills a little bit. Is kind of what I saw from that, right? Which that music video was awesome. I looked into Sugar Candy as well. That video that kind of looked like some Motley Crue type shit. Was that just a bunch of fucking tour footage put into a video, or what was the concept there?
We didn't really have a concept. We were just like, let's do a video on the bus and make it as chaotic as possible.
If I recall, I think the exact assignment was told, we're going to make a video where we trash the bus.
Yeah, pretty much.
And we did.
Oh, shit, dog. Holy fuck. So, wow. Definitely seems like you guys have done a lot on the road for sure. And I'm excited for the tour coming up. And I know there's a single coming out soon, right? November 27th, I believe. And the song is Filling the Doubt. I do kind of want to give a shout out real quick and just kind of get insight on that a little bit, since that is coming up soon. The episode might be out a couple days before, actually. So that's actually perfect for this. So whoever kind of has more insight on the single itself, feel free to kind of go on your thoughts on it.
So, like, first of all, well, I don't know. Do you want to use it as a self point?
What?
Well, never mind.
So
it's going to be our heaviest single. It's going to be our heaviest single.
I don't know. You think it's heavier than Shovel?
I think it's heavier than Shovel.
Okay.
I think it is.
It's pretty
in my opinion.
It's about.
I will say. What? Go ahead. Go ahead, Alden.
It's like when you're just not feeling a situation. You're hanging out with some homies, and you're like, I'm just not feel like I'm ready. I don't know. This ain't for me. And then you're feeling the doubt. That's when cognitive dissonance hits, I guess.
That's interesting. Oh wow. So were you kind of going through that when you wrote the song?
Kinda.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, it just is small things. It's not like it's not usually an overarching feeling in my life, but it does happen from time to time.
Yeah. No, definitely. I understand. And I feel like, especially being in music, it can be difficult to keep up at times, especially when you have this responsibility, and you're working towards this goal, right? And sometimes it feels like it's for nothing. I don't know. I've had that personally, where I was working on a project for years.
Sometimes, multiple times, I thought I was going bankrupt as all get out. It's gotten better, but it's hard sometimes. It's challenging, and sometimes you're feeling it out.
Yeah, I mean it's grueling. It can be grueling.
It's also to balance it out though. It is incredibly fun. It is incredibly it's
worth every bit of it.
Grueling because I do love doing it. I absolutely. I've worked other jobs. I've worked in kitchens. I've worked in sales, and ain't nothing quite like just playing to a room. Especially your own music. That's absolutely just the most wonderful feeling when you've got a crowd of people singing a song with you that you wrote. You're like,
we got
them.
That's
the best feeling ever.
Yeah. I played a really cool show. Have you heard of Ace Monroe?
No, who is that?
So it's this other rock band. I'm going to play them because I like them. They are out of Nashville. It's a rock band very similar to style and sound of us.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got a bunch of really cool singles out there. came to Knoxville, and we played a show with him, and it was really freaking cool. It was really cool. He had a great audience show up. We
It was a lot of fun, man.
dude, people were singing the words back at me. I was like, yes, yes. That's like the way you want a rock show to turn out, you know? Everybody
There
was
were
bopping.
diehards. You had diehards there, or are the fans
Yeah.
like they've
Yeah, we
kind
got
of been
some
following you
diehards.
guys?
Dude,
Yeah.
How did you even get on that show with them?
So we heard they were coming to town, and we knew the promoter, and so we hit him up and asked.
That is that's a constant theme that I've realized. Like interviewing bands, are like it's all about who you know, man. Sometimes it's all it really is to get on those fucking things. Oh damn, that's awesome,
Yeah.
man. I mean, what would you say has been the best like city or show that you have played? Like any venues that you would say are special to you guys out there that kind of stand out to the rest of the places that you've played at?
Joe's Underground in Augusta, Georgia. Is
That's better than mine. That place is
What was
cool as
yours?
fuck.
What was yours?
So I had two. I was gonna say, the biggest crowd we ever played for was 1,300 at the Shed in Maryville.
Holy shit.
It was we were opening up for somebody, and it was their crowd. Not to take credit, but it was really freaking cool. And the other one I was gonna say is
Ooh, Flicker in Athens is another one of my
Flicker in
favorites.
Athens is really cool. Flicker, I really like their backdrop. They've got like a cool circus theme going on.
Uh-huh.
And
The Milestone.
The Milestone is a heritage room. It's kind of like it looks kind of like a shitty abandoned house with the word Milestone spray painted on the side, but like
Uh-huh.
Nirvana, Iron Maiden have played there. Katy Perry, I think, also played there.
Fuck?
Yeah,
It's
like a
like a
lot of
heritage
big
room.
names have played there, and it's just like it's a staple to play that room,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a lot of fun. It's just if you like the old school Dobb bar feel,
Mm-hmm.
that's the place to go.
Those always have the best crowds. Like that's what I've
Yeah.
realized. Those little like small compacted areas with just the fucking rowdy drunk guys in the front, man. Like, oh my god, those get me sometimes. But you know, the diehard fans, those are really the ones that kind of keep the whole machine running. You know, like that's one thing I've realized about playing out here is
Yeah.
that you have to have those shows where you are booking yourselves as a headliner to bring those people back in and kind of test yourself to see where you're at. You know, we've done a couple shows out here where they've done really well, and then there was another one recently that we did where it went really bad because of let's just say like narcotics and little party favors and
no.
everything, you know. So like I've definitely been on stage like inebriated before, and it's terrible because you know we had these people come out that want to see us and want to hang out with us, right, and take pictures and meet us, but I was just like too fucked up to even like do the favor, you know. It's like they paid this money to come out here, and I mean, God only knows what they have going on outside of this. You know, it's
Yeah.
like this is their outlet. This is their escape from the world. Is this one day a week to go out and hang out with their friends and, you know, be somewhere where it feels special and you can be yourself. And I think that is kind of what music should be about. And that's kind of what I see when you guys are on stage. Like you have that passion, you have that fire, you have the determination. You want people to go home remembering something about you when they leave.
You gotta take care of those diehards, yo.
Yeah.
They can't come back.
Absolutely. When did you guys realize that you had something special together as a band?
That's a good question. I feel like I don't really know how to answer that. I don't know. When you know, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like every one of us, it's like having a family, man. I mean, we're all family, and I think I don't really know when I realized it, or when we all realized it? I don't know how to answer it. I mean,
Was there a certain point where it seems like there was a switch to where it started to become more serious?
I'll say whenever I joined the band, I knew that the band was special. That's kind of that's what I'm coming back to. Is I pretty much knew because they'd been a band without me for a little bit, wherever they're at. They're down there.
Yeah, the singer and the runner is our youngest brother.
yeah.
And so they did a few years without me with their younger brothers singing, and then he eventually and them departed, and I came into the picture. Now I've been in other bands around the area, and I knew what I was, and I knew what they were, and I was like, this is gonna be really cool. This is gonna be really cool. And then we got to our first gig, and like it, I was not even surprised. Like I felt like by the first or second practice, I was like, this is gonna do the darn thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if they had that kind of confidence in me, but by golly, I did.
No, that's awesome, and I've been there as well, where you're playing with a group of individuals, and you don't really feel it, but then you meet another group after, and you feel the difference in the chemistry and the
Yeah.
dynamic, and it makes that difference whenever there's other people there who are genuinely, one, proud of the product, right? Two, they work really hard to make the product come out good. And three, they share the same love for what you do. So I think it's honestly awesome to see where you guys have grown into. I can kind of tell within the music that there has been a change in style. There's been a lot more confidence on stage with the shows that you have played progressively through time. So I think it's awesome. And I think as long as you keep motivating each other to keep pushing yourselves to move forward and keep pushing these boundaries and keep coming up with these goals to keep that fire alive, you guys are going to be able to get wherever you want to, which is going to kind of wrap me up to the last couple questions here. Like, where do you see the band heading within the next few years? Do you have any goals? Where do you want to go, like moving forward?
Regionally touring consistently, nationally touring consistently, internationally touring consistently. Lots of streams all over the place, making more of those diehard fans, making a lot of friends, being able to be on the road and meet as many people as freaking possible. Short term, next month or next few months, we're trying to sell out as many locations on the Terror of the Trees tour as possible. That way we can keep posting that flyer and just mark out places and be like, sold out. Sold out.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just going to be going down each of those cities on our list, trying to sell out as many tickets as possible. So for our friends and fans out there, if y'all see this, please help us out. Send your friends, go meet people, walk into coffee shops and invite every person to a Skyway show.
Awesome.
Also, to touch back on Feeling the Doubt, I forgot to mention this. If you are interested in listening to it, it is kind of already out on our Patreon.
Pre-release on Patreon. It's $1. $1, you get early
$1.
access to all our music. You get discounts on any show you remind us that you're a Patreon subscriber for. You get your name written on the side of the bus. We have a label maker. It's not written. It's label made and then put on the side of the bus so it'll stay.
Yeah.
And we're going to fill up the entire side of the bus with the names of our diehard fans that are on our Patreon. Am I missing anything? Is that it? Oh, you get a cool merch discount. You get like 50% off of like a piece of merch.
Huh.
Yeah.
So it's $1 for our Patreon subscription. You get all that stuff. You can call it, what is it, Club 61? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's Club
Yeah,
61.
you can join Club 61. And if you cash in on all that stuff, if you are like thinking about becoming a Skyway fan and you want merch and you want to come to shows and you want to do all these things, you will save a ton of money if you just go up front and get the $1.
That's awesome, man.
And
Well,
then if you get like 200 people doing that, then every month we got $200 in the tank for gas. They ain't got to even worry about it.
Dude, you guys are so awesome. I do want to say thank you very much for even giving me the time to sit here and kind of understand you guys a little bit more. I feel like I personally know a lot more about your careers and the way that you guys kind of think with the music industry. So I do want to say thank you. As we do wrap up, I do like to do this with every guest that I have on the show. It's a little cheesy, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Fuck it, since I have you here. Uh, Give me three things that all of you guys are grateful for right now.
My hair.
Life.
We'll see my friends and family.
Family. So hair, life.
Can we get T-shirts made that say "Hair, Life, and Family"?
There's your tagline right there, man. But
Hair, life,
man,
and family.
I think that's a perfect way to end.
Before we sign off, I'll be right back. I'm gonna unveil one of the trees for you so you can see.
Let me see,
Yeah,
bro.
bring in one of the
Dude.
tops of the heads. These things are badass.
Oh, how do y'all make this? What even goes into that?
So we actually made these out of concrete forming tubes.
What the fuck? Oh, okay, so you guys, do you have experience making other stuff as well?
Yeah. So like you see this like headliner and stuff. Me and Caleb put this stuff up, put the lights up behind it. Like
He's
awesome.
a mechanic. I have construction experience. And
Dude, that's awesome, bro. That sounds like a good hand to have on the road when shit goes wrong.
oh yeah.
somebody's got to do it. Hey, there it is.
Oh shit. Oh my god. Holy
I
fuck.
made this. I made many of them. This is the big one. I've got another one.
They're gonna talk
Make
to
another
each
one
other.
too. And we're gonna put lights on the inside of this bad boy and sync it up to a speech. And the trees are gonna fucking introduce the show.
Holy shit. Bro, you gotta send me some videos when you guys finally get on the road.
Yeah.
And then
Holy
we're gonna build a cabin, just a little cabin set to go behind him, and we're gonna have some cool sound effects. And this guy's gonna have moss hanging all over him. And Terror in the Trees, come see us.
Terror in the Trees tour coming soon, and also don't forget the new single that's going to be out on November 27th, Feeling the Doubt. If you want to hear it early, subscribe to the Patreon. $1. $1 is all you got to pay to hear the song now. With that being said, boys, I just want to say thank you again for your time. I hope tour goes well, and I hope that we are able to hang out and party soon. This has been another episode of Rebel Radio. My name is Ashton Holloway, and we will see you crazy motherfuckers later.
See it.
Thank you.
See y'all later, man.